In this video, I'm going to go over some of the powerful ways that you can market your children's book, as well as some of the strategies that I implemented when I first published my children's book. Welcome to my channel. My name is Caroline, and in November last year, so in November 2021, I wrote, I illustrated, and I created and published my own children's book. I had an idea for a children's story in my head, but that was as far as it went. I really had no idea about how to go about actually creating the book and getting it illustrated. I just thought it would be a very expensive, very long process that I had no clue whatsoever about any of it, but I ended up completing a course called the Children's Book Creator Course, run by the lovely Nuria over at the Home Boss YouTube channel. If you have seen any of my previous videos where I talk about publishing a children's book, I talk about how much I loved that course, and that was really what got this book published. I don't think I would ever have published my book without doing that course, because her course shows you how to create the book and illustrate the book yourself without needing to be an illustrator, without needing to have any kind of graphic design experience, and without needing to spend a lot of money. And so once I had finished the course, my book was created and published. But from here, the real work begins. And I think for most of us, we create these books for people to buy them. And this is where we get stuck. How do we get people to buy our books? How do we get people to find our listings on Amazon? The hard thing with children's books is that you need to appeal to two different audiences. You need to appeal to the adult, the parent that's going to be buying the book, as well as the child who the book is for. And that's exactly what I'm going to go over today. What you can do pre and post launch of your children's book to try to boost sales and actually make money from your books. But before we do get into the video, I would like to thank Skillshare for partnering with me on this video. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of online classes and members from all around the world. It's a place to get inspired, learn new skills, and put them to work in impactful ways. I love that Skillshare has such a massive range of classes available across all different topics. I say this all the time. I'm a huge advocate for self-education and always improving your skills or learning new skills, and self-improvement should be a lifelong journey. We should never stop learning new things. A class that I've taken recently was run by Kat Cocolette, and it's social media marketing, top tips for growing your followers and going viral. I think in a majority of my videos, I talk about the importance of building a brand around your books and promoting those books through channels such as email lists and social media. So because of that, I always want to be learning new things about social media and just knowing what I can, because with anything social media and with anything digital really, it changes so fast, and it's always good to stay on top of what's working and what trends there are and things like that. And every time I watch a class like this, I learn something new. Because Skillshare is curated specifically for learning, it is ad-free, which is great for anybody who is easily distracted like me, and new premium classes are always being added. Skillshare has a great offer for the first 1,000 of my subscribers who use the link in the description below. You will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. The trial gives you access to the complete library of classes, so you can learn something new right now, today. The first few things that you are going to do to market your book are going to be done pre-launch, so before your book is even available for sale on Amazon. If you can, plan and organize a launch a few months before your book is going to be available for sale on Amazon. If you can't give it that much time, it will still be a benefit to you and to your book to even do some pre-launch marketing in the few weeks before your book is going to be available for sale. When publishing on Amazon, it does wonders for your book if you can get immediate sales and immediate reviews as soon as your book is published. It helps your book get picked up by the Amazon algorithm, and it shows the algorithm that people are liking your book, that they're buying it, that they're leaving good reviews for it. This in turn usually means that Amazon will push your book up in the search results as well, which will give you organic sales. Organic sales meaning sales that you didn't have to pay for in some way. So in that pre-launch phase, you can give away free copies of your book to people so that when your book does become available on Amazon, you already have people ready and waiting to go on and leave reviews. You can do this by reaching out to people in your book's demographic yourself and ask them if they would like to receive a free copy of your book and leave a review through Facebook groups or through websites like Booksprout. Just as a little side note, because I know that a lot of people have the thought that you are not allowed to ask for reviews for any products on Amazon and that it is against their terms and conditions, but that is not actually correct. You are allowed to ask for reviews. Amazon has no problem with that, but you cannot ask for a specific review. So you could not say to somebody, go and leave me a 5-star review, or please leave me a positive review, or anything like that. All you can ask for is an honest review, and that is totally fine by the Amazon terms and conditions. At this point pre-launch, you should also be thinking about booking in some promotions with websites and newsletters who promote books to their lists or to their followers so that you can begin notifying people of free or discounted promos that you plan on having when the book launches on Amazon. You need to do this usually a month or so, sometimes more in advance, because these promo newsletters and groups get booked out, and it's important to book them on dates that are in relation to the days that you're going to be having free books or discounted books available. And don't stress, I know that it sounds crazy to be giving your book away for free. You've worked hard on it and you want to be paid for all that hard work that you put in and get paid for giving it to people to read. But there is a strategy here that can pay off in the long run. And it's a very simple process to give away free copies of your book. You just give away the PDF version of it if you are sending it to people away from the Amazon marketplace. It is also a good idea to create, at the time of creating your paperback version of your book, it's a good idea to also create a Mobi version of your book, which is Amazon's file format when someone downloads a book from Amazon. And you do this by using Amazon's free software called Kindle Kids Book Creator. This converts your picture book into a format suitable for viewing and reading on a Kindle reader. The reason for this is it's a good idea to run a free promo period when your book goes live on Amazon. So the promotions I just talked about a little earlier with some of the newsletter services and groups who will send your book out to their lists, those are paid and they aren't expensive in my opinion. And if you can afford to put $100 or $200 into doing some of those promos, they can really pay off. But if that is not going to be suitable for you to pay for any pre-launch promotions, then running a free promo on Amazon when your book goes live is free. It doesn't cost you anything to do that. To run a free promotion on Amazon when your book goes live, you do need to enroll your book into Kindle Unlimited. Once you enroll your book into Kindle Unlimited, you are agreeing to Amazon that you will not publish your book anywhere else for a little while. I think it's something like 90 days. After that 90 days, if you do want to publish your book somewhere else, that's fine. You can take your book out of Kindle Unlimited and then you're free to publish anywhere. So from here, you've joined or enrolled your book into Kindle Unlimited and you can set your book to run free for a few days. And this is where those promos that you booked a month or two ago with the newsletters or the groups come in. So the days or the day that your book goes free in the Amazon marketplace, you would have booked one of the newsletter promos, for example, to go out that very same day, which is a newsletter list that has lists of thousands of people who want to know about free children's books on Amazon. And it's a good idea to book a different promo newsletter each day so you're reaching a broader, or to maximize the amount of people that you're reaching to let them know about your book being free. Then after those free days have finished, you can set your book to be available for another few days for a discounted price. Now, just to clarify here, I'm not talking about the paperback version of the book. You will have your paperback version uploaded onto Amazon and you will also have a Kindle version. So when I'm talking about giving your book away for free, I'm not talking about the paperback. That will be set to whatever price you want to sell it for. I'm talking about giving away the digital Kindle version of the book for free. and for discounted prices for a certain period of time. So when your book goes to its discounted price, you will have some more promos set up for newsletters who have thousands of lists of people who want to know when there are discounted children's books available on Amazon. And again, if you can, book a different promo each day that you've got your discounted price running. So run your book at a discounted price for a few days, and then when that discount period ends, your book will automatically go to its proper price, whatever price you decide that you want your Kindle book to be sold for. And these are some of the things that I did to generate some sales, but mostly generate some reviews right off the bat when my book went live on Amazon. Because when you're an unknown author, you need to give people a reason to choose your book over others. Why would they choose mine, who they've never heard of me, my book has no reviews, as opposed to a well-known author or an author who already has some books established on Amazon, has reviews and things like that. People like to know what they're getting before they buy it, and so that's why we want those reviews as early on as possible to build up trust with the customer that they're getting something good. So hopefully you get reviews, and hopefully they are good reviews, so that will entice people to purchase your book. I just put my book on Booksprout. It is free to put your books on Booksprout. It is a website dedicated to people who want free books in return for giving reviews on Amazon. So I just put my book on there, and I generated a few reviews from that when my book went live. I do feel like Booksprout is more suited to more sort of like adult fiction books, novel types of books, but it still gave me a few reviews in the beginning that I wouldn't have had otherwise, and it didn't cost me anything to do it. I also ran a total of 5 newsletter promos for the days that my book was free on Amazon and for the couple of days that it was discounted on Amazon. And I ended up with around 500 free downloads of the book during that launch period, or that promo period when it first went live on Amazon. Now, beyond that, I didn't actually have plans to keep the Kindle version of the book on Amazon or keep it enrolled in Kindle Unlimited. I had planned to take the digital version of the book away and just have the paperback version selling, but I didn't get around to it straight away. And then I started to notice some things. I get KNEP reads on my book every day. So what that is the way that Amazon describes people who read your book who are enrolled in Kindle Unlimited. People who have access to books in Kindle Unlimited don't pay for them as such because they can read as many books as they want in their membership. And so how do we get paid for people reading our book? Because they're not technically buying the book. We get paid by page reads. Now, it's not much, obviously, because I only have a 41-page book. And obviously, when you compare that to a novel, someone who creates a book that has 300 pages, they're going to get a lot more page reads than someone like us who are just creating very small children's books. But I'm getting consistent page reads, and I think it is helping my book stay fairly okay in the Amazon search results in terms of a bestseller rank. My book sits with a consistent bestseller rank in the range of 10,000 to 25,000 in the Kindle store. And this brings me in around maybe $30 to $50 a month. I know it is not much at all, but better in my pocket, I think. Then I get sales from the actual Kindle version of the book. So when someone actually does purchase the Kindle version of the book, and I think that also helps with keeping a really consistent bestseller rank. It's not massively low, but it's, like I say, very consistent, sits in the 10 to 25,000 bestseller rank range and doesn't really move any higher than that. Again, I don't get paid much at all from royalties on selling a Kindle book, but what I am noticing is that the majority of my reviews come from the Kindle customers more so than the paperback buyers. So I'm thinking of it kind of like this. I sell my paperback version of my book to make royalties, and that's where the bulk of money comes from that I make on this book. And I'm selling the Kindle version of the book in order to get reviews. So when you think of it like that, they are serving 2 completely different purposes, having 2 different formats of my book available. Okay, so once your book is live, you've been through that promo period in that first week or so, all your promotions have ended. What are some of the things that you can do to help your book to keep selling and to help new customers find it? I am a big advocate for creating a brand, and it doesn't matter what niche you're in or what genre of books that you write. More books sell more books. So this means create more books. Create more books and link them up in your Author Central account, even create a series. But the more books that you make, the more chance you have of finding your books and then buying more, especially if their child loves it. If you go out and look at some of the biggest children's book writers and publishers out there, you will find they all have multiple books published. Talking about the Wonky Donkey series, Margaret Donaldson, Mem Fox, Pig the Pug. A part of building a brand then involves promoting your books on social media. Create a website to showcase your books and showcase yourself as an author and link to all your books from your website. Create social media accounts for your brand and talk about your books through those channels, as well as sharing content related to your books or related to your book's genre, and basically just things that your target market or your target readers would enjoy seeing on social media. Build an email list so that when you do release new books, you already have that team or that group of people who are fans, who you can tell about new books being released, rather than just relying on getting sales from running paid promotions or trying to get sales and reviews from people who don't really know anything about you or your brand or any other books that you have. You can use it all in conjunction with each other. If you have a budget, enter book award contests. The last video that I did about publishing a children's book was a video that I did about that my book received a Feathered Quill Book Award. And that is now something I can use as additional marketing material to say that I have an award-winning book and I'm an award-winning children's author. There are many contests out there, so do your research. Don't just enter all of them or any of them without really looking into who creates the contest, where the contest came from, and that sort of thing, because you will have to pay to enter. So you want to make sure that it is reputable, that it's been around a while, and especially if you have a small budget, you will have to pick and choose. You won't be able to enter them all because it will end up being quite costly to enter lots of award contests. But winning an award from a book contest can really give some credibility to your book and boost your book's reputation and your reputation as an author. You'll also get a cool little sticker or a digital logo of some kind naming your book or showcasing your book as an award winner that you can put on your book, and you can use it within your marketing materials on Amazon, on your Amazon listing, or the marketing materials that you're using to promote your book. And whether people have heard of the contest or not, it doesn't really matter. It just gives your book a really good reputation, and it gives the customer confidence in buying your book, especially when they haven't heard of you before as an author. And it is really great to be able to call yourself an award-winning author. So those are just a few of the ways that you can help boost your book in the Amazon's algorithm when you first publish your book and consistently make sales and gather reviews as time goes on. Have you heard of any of these methods? Have they worked for you? What are you struggling with when it comes to marketing your children's book? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.